Okay. No, wait. Here we go. Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be showing you how to install and configure the Openbox window manager on Arch Linux. If you didn't watch the last video I made on how to install Arch Linux, please watch that first and install the base system before continuing on with this video. If you have already installed the base system, then you can continue from here. First thing you're going to do is log in with the username and password you set during the installation process. Then you're going to run IP-link, get your network interface name, ensure that it's up and running using sudo IP-link set, and then your interface name. In my case, it's going to be enp0s3, and then follow that by up. And then if you really want to, you can run IP-link again, but we're not going to do that since that's just going to waste time. And I want to get this straight into the point. So if you're using a wireless network, you're going to have to run one extra command, that being iwctl --passphrase, if I could type correctly, followed by your network password. Then followed by station, your interface name, connect, and then your Wi-Fi ESSID. Once you run that command, obviously with the proper credentials, you're going to run sudo dhcpcd, and then after this runs, we're going to ensure that we have an active connection by pinging google.com. I'm going to ping google.com here. Then we're going to just Control-C to cancel this. Otherwise, it'll keep running forever. Then Control-L to clear the screen. And now you're going to install the following packages using sudo pacman-s. Going to install Openbox, obconf, menu maker, Xterm, this is required, and then another terminal emulator. This can be whatever terminal emulator you want to choose, whether it's Alacrity, GNOME Terminal, Xterm, god damn it, XFCE Terminal, Console. I think there's some others, Terminator. There's a bunch of terminal emulators out there. I don't have time to list them all. Then you're going to follow that with the file manager of your choice. That can either be MC, Ranger, NotUtilis, PCMan-FM, or whatever other file manager there is out there. In my case, I'm going to choose PCMan-FM. And then I'm going to install a window compositor, that being PyCom. Then from here, you're going to want to install a panel of your choice, either LX panel or Tint2. I'm going to choose Tint2. And then the next package you're going to install is a dock, preferably one that is lightweight and quick to start up. In this case, I'm going to be using Plank. If you want to follow along with the video, then install all the stuff I'm installing. Or if you want to customize your own setup, find your own dock, panel, terminal emulator, whatever you want to use. Window compositor, even. I'm sure there's a couple of other compositors that are out there. I know there's one more that I know of, Xcomp Manager, but it's not as good as PyCom. But from here, you're going to install Xorg. You're going to install the Xorg group. And I think there's one more thing. For a wallpaper, you're going to want nitrogen and the GNOME backgrounds package. Once you have everything there, let me just double check to make sure I have everything that I need here. Yep, that looks like everything. Oops, there was one thing I forgot to mention. For theming, you're going to want LX appearance. And for setting custom key bindings, you're going to want LX hotkey. Now that we've got all that there, you're just going to press enter a couple times, wait for all the packages to install, which should take a minute or two depending on your hardware configuration and network speed. So since I can't figure out how to pause the recording in OBS, we gotta sit here patiently and watch packages install for the next 1 to 2 minutes, which is gonna be a fun little thing to watch. Take a fucking breather. Been recording videos all day, and my VMs did not want to comply with me for half of these takes. I hope this time that it's not an error on my part, but I'm sure I got everything I needed. If I didn't, then I'll have to restart, but I think I got everything. Alright, it looks like the installation is finishing up. Thankfully, it didn't take too long. Thought it was going to take a little bit longer than that, but whatever. And I forgot to mention, you're going to need a display manager. So, install whatever display manager you want. In my case, I'm going to install LXDM. I forgot to mention that during the initial bulk package install thing I just did over there, but it's alright. As long as I don't fuck up and accidentally forget to install it before rebooting. That's happened before. Embarrassingly, in my last take that happened. Then you're going to run sudo systemctl enable LXDM or whatever display manager you chose. And then once you enable your display manager, you're going to reboot the machine. And I hope this time I got everything that I needed and I didn't miss anything, because in the last take I missed like a bunch of important packages. An error on my part, I had to reclone the VM. Okay, once you get into your computer, you should see your display manager. You're gonna select the Openbox session from this little desktop drop down menu here. You're gonna log in, you're gonna click on your user profile, then type your password and press enter. When you first start up Openbox, you'll be greeted by a blank screen. You're gonna right click, you're gonna go down to terminals, you're gonna select Xterm. The first thing I always do is run mmaker openbox -f-t xterm. This sets up the menu system, and then god damn it, OBS, do you have to take precedence over everything? And then from here you would right click, go down to system, click reconfigure Openbox, and you'll see you have a new menu here. And then you can close out of Xterm for now. We're gonna right click and go to shells, then click on PCMan FM. I'm gonna right click and select show hidden. You're going to go to navigate to the following directory, .config/openbox. We're going to create a new file here, and we're going to name it autostart. And now, really quick, I'm just going to set my wallpaper. You can do this at any point during the setup. I'm just going to do it now, so Nitrogen has something to go, something to point to when I call upon it in the auto start file. And make sure when you're setting a wallpaper, you choose the one you want and you change the scaling option from automatic to scaled. Otherwise, it just looks stupid. Everything just looks terrible. And I am going to go into this auto start file. I forgot to install gedit, but we'll just use Vim just because I don't feel like getting out of this. So we're gonna go ahead and type the following. We're gonna put PyCom and PyCom space ampersand nitrogen dash restore ampersand then tint2 ampersand Now for where I put tint 2, you put the name of your panel, followed by a space and an ampersand. Then blank ampersand. And I believe that should be everything. I'm gonna save and quit out of the text editor since it will no longer be necessary. I'm gonna quit out of Openbox by right clicking, going down to the Openbox menu here and clicking exit. Then we're just gonna log back in. We should have everything here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to have a blank dock. I always come down here and reconfigure the panel accordingly. So I'm just gonna do that really quick. I always change the panel position to be at the top, and I change the size of the panel to be 42 pixels. Just go down to the clock. For the time format, I do %R, and for the date format, I do %month / %day, which is %M / %D / capital Y. I always change the fonts, but it doesn't look like it likes me today, so I have to enable a couple things to allow me to change the fonts. I always change it to monospace regular 13. So I'm just gonna do this configuration really quick. Just hold on, bear with me for a minute. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. I always disable the panel borders because I don't like panel borders. They look dumb. And what the hell is going on here? Hold on. Yeah, sometimes you might have to. Yeah, this is annoying. Hold on. Let me pop a terminal open really quick and reset. I'm gonna do xrandr -- output. Hold on. I'm just gonna set my display resolution properly. -1 -- mode 1360 by 768. Let me just bear with me because my VM does not like to agree with anything I want to do. So now I'm going to go back to the panel config and hopefully nope. Hold on. I'm going to close that and then relaunch it. There we go. I always choose a transparent panel, and I'm just going to redo all the configuration stuff I just did, since it does not like to make things easy. For the sake of the tutorial, I have to do all this crap because I'm using a VM. I know that's not what I was looking to do. Just bear with me for an extra second while I redo all this here. Once you do all this, you can call it a day, but I'm going to explain how the compositor works and the further customizations you can do once I'm done with this customization here that I had to redo because Openbox decided to crap out on me, as it always does when I'm working in a VM. And now here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to install gedit really quick with Terminator. I'm going to have to reconfigure Terminator. So this is going to be a whole nother thing that I have to do. So again, just bear with me here while I get everything set up. Hold on, let me drag that up. Close this. And hopefully window transparency still isn't working. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna show you how to configure Plank. You're going to control right click on the panel, not the panel, I mean the dock. You're gonna click preferences here. I always have the dock theme to be transparent, and I disable this hide dock function, so all my windows stack on top of the dock. While I'm here, I'm also going to install gedit. Because reasons, and I forgot to do the one basic thing that I was mentioning in the beginning. I forgot to set my friggin' interface up again. Here we go again. Please, for the love of God, be nice to me. So, as you can see, you can pin stuff to the dock there. I'm going to demonstrate that. Oh, and also make sure you have some sort of run menu here. I'm going to install Rofi. I'm going to show you how to set up a run menu with Openbox, since it's not really the most straightforward thing in the world. You're going to pop open the terminal. You're going to run sudo pacman-s Rofi. And then you're going to run ls hotkey. And we're going to just drag this up on over here. Hold on. Since this thing wants to be a little son of a bitch today, let me just figure out why it's being a pain. Hold on. Let me see if I can resize this a little bit further. No, I can't, because then everything breaks. So I'm just going to add a new shortcut. We're going to do super P. We're going to click this right here that says add an. We're going to add an action. It's going to be execute. We're going to hit apply. Then we're going to click this here, or blue plus button, and then this will pop this part open where it'll say name. I'll say add option, and then the name will be command. The value will be rofi-show run theme arc dark. Oops. You can use the same configuration as me if you'd like. It's not really necessary. There we go. Now we got our run menu working. Just run gedit. Just to show you, you can reorder stuff on the dock if you really want to. I'm not going to keep gedit, and you know what? I'll keep gedit in here. What the hell? Just for the sake of this seems like it's going to be a longer configuration session, because one, my compositor doesn't want to work, and two, VirtualBox is just being a general pain in the ass, which is nothing really new, since I am used to just working with this damn thing. I kind of got used to the bullcrap that it throws at me. For whatever reason, I can't do GPU pass-through, or probably I can. I'm going to talk about installing graphics drivers now. So if you have an NVIDIA GPU, you're going to do sudo pacman-s NVIDIA. If you have an AMD GPU, you're just going to do sudo pacman-s Mesa. Since Mesa is already installed, and it should install by default, if it doesn't, then you can just install it separately. But for the NVIDIA driver, which I'm probably going to need, I'm just going to do this. Maybe this will allow my compositor to do its thing. And I don't think this is really going to make much of a difference. And now my connection is going to randomly slow itself down, because it can. Sometimes that happens with Linux, where things just slow down for no real reason. And from here, come on, I'm gonna just reboot to make sure my driver is properly accounted for. Oh, I forgot to mention this one thing in the auto start file you can change. What the hell's going on here? Great. Did the machine lock up? Hold on. Let me reload this. It looks like I think the machine locked up again. Wait. Are we gonna have? Oh, there we go. For a second, I thought I just broke Arch. For the first time in like months, I thought I broke Arch again. Gonna run another X-Render, and that thing did nothing. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention, if you want to change your screen resolution, you can do that with X-Render. I'm just going to quickly do it here. You would do X-Render -- output, the name of your display, which you can find just by running X-Render by itself. Then -- mode and the target resolution you want to go for. In my case, I'm going to do 1360 by 768. I'm going to reposition the VM so I could see it, so half of it isn't off screen. I'm going to go ahead and figure out why my putty style paste isn't working and why my transparent background doesn't want to work. Alright, I'm going to talk about some more advanced configuration stuff here. And of course, nitrogen is being a little pain in the ass, so I'm going to fix the thing with nitrogen here. There we go. Now that that's fixed, we're going to go into PCman FM. I'm going to dock it, and then I'm going to go ahead and go into the auto start document. I'm just going to configure this, doing a lot of meaningless configuration. But if you want to have it automatically connect to the network when you first start up the OS, or when you first start up the window manager, you simply need to type sudo, exec sudo IP link set enp0s3 up, or whatever your interface name is. This top line is only if you're using a VM. On actual hardware, you won't need that line. But this next line, you'll need if you're running a wireless interface. Again, this is where that command is going to be used again. But in my case, I'm not going to have this in here since this is going to cause an error. You would just do sudo exec sudo dhcpcd ampersand, and that should automatically connect me to the network. And I'm going to end the video here since this is basically the end of the configuration. From here you can kind of mess around with Openbox, see if you like it. I'll have more tutorials on how to set up DWM, awesome window manager, and some desktop environments like KDE, Mate, and XFCE. And I think GNOME too I have planned. Those will be coming out within the coming weeks, but till then, just keep an eye on my channel. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And till then, till the next one, I'll see you guys later.